Hey guys, this is Bruce Rainey, and this is the Build Baby Build Show. What are we building? We're building you, we're building your business, and we are building your commercial real estate portfolio. How do we do all of that? Well, guys, from time to time, we're going to do some personal growth and development. We're going to talk about some business and some success tips. And more importantly, probably most importantly, we're going to try and wrap as much of that as we can up around the commercial real estate business, helping you move forward to build your empire and your portfolio of commercial real estate. Before we get into it, if you like the show, like and subscribe below. I'd love it if you share it with a friend. And that's how we're going to build the show, guys. So, anyway, let's get into it. We've talked a little bit about strategy. What is your investment strategy? I want to dig in a little bit deeper because sometimes people are still getting confused. Some of the folks I'm working with. So, just so you guys know, I'm a business owner, I'm a developer, I am a coach in real estate, and I am sharing this. I'm giving this stuff away for free when people pay me to do it all the time. I can tell you it's a lot more in your face when it's one-on-one, but I try and share you the most current stuff that's happening in our discussion groups and in our coaching programs to try and get you up to speed. I'm not getting into every single detail, but I want you to know the topics that are hot for the day. Today, we're talking about goals. What are your goals with your investment strategy? What are your goals for your finances? Why on earth are you getting into commercial real estate? Something attracted that to you, or that to you. Something attracted you to that. You heard some stories. You saw some things. You hear the story where a guy bought a building 30 years ago for $500,000 and sells it 30 years later for $5 million, right? Those things happen. Absolutely, they do. There's a lot of work that goes along the way. And so the question is, let's put some goals together when you start out. So it's great to think way down the road of all this wealth you're going to build. But I want you to focus on what you have to do right now, what's in front of you. Now, we've talked about the three most important things, and the number one most important thing is find a deal, right? You've got to go out and find a deal. Until you have found something to buy, you have nothing. Even when you find something to buy, you still have nothing, because the next component on that is get it under control. Now, as you do more deals, it's going to be easier for you to identify these things and make a decision and get them under control. When you start out, you're going to struggle to know if you're making the right decision or not. That's where a mentor or a coach, somebody like me, or somebody you know that has plenty of experience, you can call them and say, here's what I found, what do you think? Somebody with experience will be able to ask you a few questions. You're going to get asked the same questions by anybody that does it. And after they get the answers, they're going to give you the decision. But going back to your goals, what are they? Do you have a certain income you're trying to reach? Is there a certain dollar value you're trying to potentially earn on some sort of a flip? Now, guys, I like to buy and hold. My primary function is not buy things and flip things and get out. Doesn't mean I won't do it when there's a good opportunity. I will seize an opportunity. That's not what I'm chasing down. So, first off, think about the kind of properties you want to go after. And in the commercial world, that's a lot. That's retail, that's office, that's warehouse, that's vertical office, Class A office, all the way down to Class D, which would never recommend you buy them. You can do new ground up development in all of those asset classes. You can start getting into industrial, and it just spins in a lot of different directions. And guys, even multifamily will fall under the commercial umbrella. So think about what asset classes you want to have and what kind of money you want to make. There's two ways to make money. You can buy it and hold it, and becomes more passive. It's probably going to be semi-passive. You're going to still have to work a little bit at that. But the more you layer in resources, the more passive it becomes. The second way is to do more transactional, meaning you're buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. And that's just that's not something I'm attracted to. Once I get control of it, I want to increase its value because I create value through cash flow and I create value through appreciation. Meaning, I want to buy an asset, and when I fix it up, it's going to be worth a lot more than it was the day I bought it. So I'm going to get good cash flow, and I know there's a big check coming at the end if I ever do sell the thing. The beauty of this, and if a lot of you guys are familiar with the BRRRR concept, down the road with any asset I own, whether it's 3 to 5 years, I plan on refinancing those properties, getting some money back out of them. That money is tax free, and go and invest in more property. That's how you start to compound and get this ball rolling. You use investors, you use your money, and then after you've built up enough, you start refinancing, and you just start piling it up. And so that's kind of the beauty of this thing. So goal, what kind of money do you want to make? There's a target there. So as you're looking for properties and you're looking for deals, go look for stuff that's going to help you get to that point. Do you want one deal to get you there, or do you want 7 deals to get you there? Again, it's a personal preference and it's a business decision. So me personally, I like to own a lot of property. I know it's a little bit more labor intensive and management intensive. I just like to have a lot of property, a lot of different tenants, a good mix of tenants. That to me gives me peace of mind knowing that if I lose any 1 or 2 tenants at any time, I've got plenty of tenants to keep things going. But guys, there's a lot of things within all of that makes it. What is the strategy? So that is a goal. Like, how do you want to strategize that? And then how do you measure? How do you measure your progress, guys? The most important thing about a goal is it's got to be something you can measure. Very simple. Hey guys, I'm going to look for 1 transaction a day, 5 days a week. That's something you can actually measure, right? So think of it in those terms. I want to get my income to $10,000 a month. That's something you can measure. You can look in the bank account and see if you got there. I don't know if that's gross. I don't know if that's net. Again, set that mark. Now, the one thing I will tell you when it comes to setting goals, most people, and I am generalizing, so understand this is a generalization. Most people way underestimate what they're capable of doing. Now, listen, starting off, you might want to give yourself some goals to create some discipline and understand what that discipline takes. If you set a goal of, say, I want to process 20 deals in a week, and then you process 20 deals in a week, you say, oh my God, that's a lot more than I want to do, then manage that goal. Manage the goal to the right productivity and build the discipline. But pick a goal you can measure. Make sure you got something on the income and earnings you want and the type and size of deals that you're looking for. Once you get those 2 things, the rest of it's easy. All you do is follow the process. A trend is going to form. At some point, when you look at enough deals, you're going to have a trend. You are going to know how many deals you have to look at before you find one that you like. You're going to know how many deals that you look at that you like, how many of those you're going to have to go after to see which ones you get. Even after you get them under control, you're going to have a certain amount of those that you actually close and buy. I do have news for you. You'll get deals under contract that you don't ultimately buy. You're going to find something out that ended up being a deal killer that you weren't aware of whenever you put it under control. That's going to happen, so don't let that freak you out. So guys, just going back, main point is, what are your goals? What do you want to do? And as you start to model these things out, think about, how much closer does this get me to the goal? Is the level of effort required to manage and run and close this deal, is it worth the level of effort to get me that chunk or that piece of that goal? And if it is, lock it in and get rolling. I hope this helped, guys. If you like it, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. If you have a question for me directly, guys, I'll answer your questions. I'll answer every one you have. send me an email at askbruceaquestion@gmail.com. It's that simple. I hope this helps, and I'll see you again soon.